Hello everybody, welcome to Russian Leg Sweep. My name is Igor. Today I'm going to be analyzing Impact Wrestling from the 9th of February 2021. Oh, Impact. What can I say? The fact that you are still here is amazing. It's commendable. I drink to you. I salute you. Really, you've been through so much. So many bad decisions, so many bad years, so much bad booking, so much bad management, so much bad ownership, rebranding of the logos, rebranding of the ring, rebranding of the color scheme, rebranding of the brand, and yet you are still here. I used to love this show. I used to watch it a lot in 2005 for about 4 years. It was interesting back then to see how a company like that could do against a machine like WWE. And for the most part, it was okay. It delivered. It gave you something different. There was exciting matches from the X division. There was some crazy hardcore matches at the same time. And then sometimes it would act as a place where people could come from WWE and reinvent themselves. But that was a long time ago. And now we are in a different age. It is a different landscape. A lot has happened between then and now. Let's just summarize this by saying that I'm very familiar with this brand and company and that I'm very much in favor of them doing well. Am I being a fool or an optimist? Well, we're going to find out. What fills me with hope is seeing the introduction video. There's people I like here. Jordynne Grace is a phenomenal wrestler, not to mention Chris Sabin, Sami Callihan, and of course, Rich Swann. Before we jump into show, I just want to say that I'm going to be very critical. As I deconstruct this show, it does not mean I am a hater. Actually, I've already said I want them to be good. By pointing out when it's bad does not mean I hate. It just means I have attention to detail. It's something that I want to encourage in everyone. Don't be so accepting of bullshit just because you like the brand. That being said, let's jump into show. Show begin with crane shot showing people in ring, and then 2 guys get entrance. Just 2 guys. Everyone else look like jobber. So Josh Alexander get entrance and Trey Miguel makes entrance. He look in the camera, he make use of it. It's nice. Okay, look, I didn't mean that everyone here looked like jobber. I was only joking about that. It's just weird that they did not give an entrance to Willie Mack, okay? There's still a weird atmosphere when there is no fans in the building. So why even have entrances anyway? Just cut in from here, the hard cam, when they're beginning their match. Impact shows are supposed to begin with quick action, something we get a little bit of here, where we see a wrist lock countered by a body slam. I enjoyed that very much. I get feeling that Josh Alexander is supposed to be pushed as technical wrestling, amateur wrestling specialist, but he almost tripped himself up doing second body slam. He tag in Trey Miguel and they do this cool wheelbarrow lucha looking spot which end in senton. He then does weird spot with mandible claw followed by chop for some reason, and before anything of consequence has happened, Ace Austin has tagged out. He then runs spot with Chris Bay, and the idea of this spot is simply to give Suicide a blind tag. Suicide does an okay tilt-a-whirl head scissor, but some of his offense is just ugly. Like, look at this forearm, it's horrific. Then he drops Chris Bay on his ropa, shows the hard cam, and then hit ropes and finish with a crappy little dropkick. What's my point here? Well, I'll tell you. If you're going to do a bunch of weak-looking crappy moves, then do that stuff first. Then do the head scissors at the end. Finish big, like you're supposed to in wrestling. Now we get to part which kind of annoyed me. When Suicide runs and ducks this back fist, he's technically the one in command of this Irish whip, because Suicide has the momentum. So can somebody tell me why he's the one hitting ropes? Is it because Ace squatted and stomped a little bit? This is fucking stupid. Willie Mack now gets a little shine spot. He nips up in a way which makes me scared for his ankle, and then he does standing moonsault, which is blocked by Daivari. From here, Daivari drags him to heel corner and they tag in and out and they work some heat. Finally, Daivari is legal man again, and Willie Mack kicks him in face when he's coming off top rope. Hey, you know what's nice? This crane shot right now. That's nice. Anyway, Trey Miguel gets hot tag and he runs wild and the non-existent fans go crazy. He does all his cool ricochet looking stuff. He does this sharpshooter thing going into a I think Dragon Sleeper or something like that, which Chris Bay breaks up, and then Headphones guy comes in to take advantage. He manages to get both Chris Bay and Daivari up for a double suplex, and it's ugly as hell. And it's all Daivari's fault. He doesn't wait for Josh to put his feet down onto the floor before he starts getting up for the move. Next time, don't bother doing the thing where they pick you up, just go on 1, 2, 3. Ace Austin comes back into match and does a cool thing where he gets caught doing his spin kick, and that was actually very cool. So then Blake Christian out of nowhere does a 450 splash to break up the ankle lock going on. Following this, Austin and Christian are going to have an argument for absolutely no reason. Thank Jesus they are killed by the Mac, who proceeds to do the exact same sequence of moves that he did earlier in this match. Samoan drop, nip up, properly this time, and he hits his moonsault. But before he can pin, Daivari comes in again. Then they do the scary Mick Foley clothesline out of ring. So after waiting for his turn, Suicide finally hit finisher on Ace Austin, and he shows that he is suicidal. Blake Christian finally does cool spot where he shows what he's made of. He does a cool suplex and then a beautiful looking dive. Suicide barely catches him and still lets him fall tailbone first to the floor. He then does this awesome springboard looking pay dirt thing. This is not a bad showing for this guy actually. Even the commentators are putting over how young he is and how little training he's had. Trey kicks out of the pay dirt and Blake Christian hangs him up on top rope. Trey Miguel gets out of the way of the flip, and then he does this thing where he does another sharpshooter thing crossed with an armbar or something. And so to get the win, Trey Miguel makes Blake Christian tap out. And it's a little bit annoying actually. This Blake showed some potential, and then you're going to literally tap him out. But whatever, I'm forgiving of that. You put Trey over, you're pushing him. But by tapping out Blake Christian, you're making it clear that the next time these two have a match, Blake Christian will no longer look like any kind of threat. I'm not saying he's best wrestler in world or even this match, but what he did here, he did well. I know Chris Bay and Ace Austin have some momentum in this company. Would it really kill you to tap out someone like Daivari? After match, Sami Callihan interrupts the celebration, obviously by video, and Trey Miguel kind of just stands there. And Sami Callihan basically says, "Hey, Trey Miguel, you're a flake, you're always gonna be a flake. When are you gonna flake out next? Is it going to be no surrender?" And then he does thumbs up, thumbs down, and it really added nothing. And then at the end of Sami's promo, we cut to Trey Miguel, who says, "Rah!" Cut to Impact logo for commercial. Jesus. And that, my friends, is what we call a two Soviet star match. Not good. So in case you haven't noticed this already, the entire point of this match was to put over Trey Miguel. Which is fine, but I don't know why you chose a tag match for that. Just put them, mix them all up in a every man for himself match. And in case you're like, hey, don't be so hard on Suicide, go back, watch the match. He's just waiting to do spot. He's not even selling. And this is on Hardcam. The match was just a little bit sloppy. It wasn't that enjoyable. It was below average, which is bad because I like all of these wrestlers, or at least almost all. They are good talents and you should give them something to do. Up next is women's match, ODB versus Kimberly. Kimberly comes out with Susan and Diona Purazzo. ODB comes out, she drinks from flask and does non-PG gesture. Kimberly then messes around outside ring, but when she finally gets in, she tries to parody ODB's running boob attack thing. It doesn't work, and she sells her chest, and this is actually quite amusing. ODB does not look impressed, and she gets pissed off, and finally gives her the real boob attack. And then she beats her up for a little bit, which is nice to watch actually, because Kimberly does some okay selling, she takes some okay bumps, and ODB can brawl, she's good. ODB does her thing where she sits on top rope and pound your head in between her legs. Kimberly blocks it. ODB does beautiful looking bump and does some good selling. Now Kimberly works some heat on ODB and she throws her out for her friends to play with. Then she distracts referee and we cut to commercial. Coming back from commercial, we see that all the heat has been during commercial because now ODB is running wild on Kimberly. She's giving her Bronco Buster, vagina attack again like she didn't learn lesson. ODB does flying Lutez press and that only gets 2 count. Kimberly fires back with bit of a weak looking kick and a bit of a weak looking side slam. and then she decides to go to top rope. ODB pops up, slaps her in face, and then throws her down. I guess Susan and Tiona didn't like that very much because they pop up for interference. Q Jazz and Jordan Grace to run in to help even odds, help ODB. ODB pops up on apron and then does Lutez press, I think, to Susan and Tiona Purazzo. When she slides back into ring, Kimberly played possum and rolls her up for 3. This match, nothing really happened. It was fine, the girls looked okay, nobody embarrassed themselves, it wasn't like suicide in first match. These ladies did okay, but it's still below average, 2 stars. After match we get promo from Tiona, Susan and Kimberly. Okay, maybe I'm the only one in the world who find this funny, but I think Susan is fucking hilarious.
No, that's not good enough. Someone needs to talk to their management. It's okay.
She become like uptight woman in business suit who wants to speak to everyone's manager, and it's really entertaining. I want Su Young to return as well, but this is not the worst thing ever.
Susan!
Next up, Cousin Jake comes out to make promo, and holy shit, did they give the microphone to the wrong person. Every single line of this guy's delivery is just wrong. He's basically upset because his brother or tag partner or whatever betrayed him to join a faction led by Eric Young called Violent by Design. Very simple concept to grab. Now look how he delivers this information.
I was here with Cody. We were the Deaners and we were rocking, we were ready, and now here I am. Cody joined Violent by Design and I was betrayed and I...
Holy fucking shit, guy. Are you kidding me with this performance? How do you go home and look your wife in the eyes after a performance like that? It's just the least genuine sounding thing anybody has ever said ever. You cannot expect everybody to be good at microphone skills. So some people really need to be directed, and this guy really needed to be directed. The dilemma here for him in this story is the fact that he is being offered a place to join Violent by Design. This should be an emotional moment for him, especially because he has choice to make. He could either side with his brother but turn heel in the process and betray everything he stands for, or he could stand up to 3 people and get his ass kicked but still remain a man of the people. And after they give you this cool story with so much potential, this is how you're going to go about delivering your lines?
And I could be with my family again. It's just never the way that I thought it. It's never the way I thought it would be.
Do you even want to be here? You look like you showed up without giving a fuck. Do you know how many wrestlers backstage would love to be booked in such a star-making angle? And here you are, pissing it away. Do you know how many wrestlers would do this better than you? Everyone off the top of my head. Okay, you know what? I'm going to stop this review because I'm going to fix this fucking segment for you, Impact. Okay, so here's what should have happened. Imagine Jake comes out. He stand in ring, he take microphone, and he said, you know, me and my tag partner Cody, we've been through hell. He was my brother as well as my partner. It truly breaks my heart that things have turned out the way they have. I never thought you would turn your back on me. Through all the times that we battled side by side, sometimes we won and sometimes we lost, but you know what? We always were united as a team and as a unit and as brothers. I'm broken by the fact you chose to betray me in the first place. But now I see you're offering me a chance to stand with you again. I'm met with a very difficult decision and it has been eating at me to my core. I'm torn between having my family back and standing for what I truly believe in. And I don't believe in Violent by Design. I believed in us. I believed in the Deaners. And while I know that is a cliche pile of cheesy shit with stupid names, what did you choose to do again, Impact?
Now here I am. Cody joined Violent by Design and I was betrayed and I...
The pashol to eat my shit with the potential you wasted. The cliche shit I wrote in 3 minutes was superior to this. Let's just get back to show. So Eric Young comes out with Violent by Design. They are accompanied by a cool camera angle and they momentarily put an end to this bullshit. Eric Young actually shows some microphone skills. He says shit like this.
You don't look at him, you look at me.
See, that's powerful. Do you know why? Because he's letting you know that his brother is now an extension of Eric Young himself. You direct all your questions at him. Not only that, but he also speaks for him. And he got that across in one sentence.
And I was betrayed and
What is there to even like about this guy? Fortunately, like I said before, Eric Young does pretty good in this segment.
There is only one answer here, Jake. Open your eyes. You take control. You take back your life.
This is not Eric Young's best promo, but it's okay. You feel the passion, he has some delivery which is good, and it stopped this segment from sucking 10 dicks. Now let's take a moment and analyze Jake's response for a minute.
if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
He delivers it like he said. Can you take like just one fucking moment and think about the words that you're delivering? If you're standing for something, you cannot deliver lines like Lost Puppy. Assert yourself and take that line with confidence. You're like 300-pound guy. Put some bass in your voice. But that was only the first bit. Here's what he follows up with.
And I stand for something. I stand for Jake something.
Okay, look, I don't know who writes these terrible lines, but whoever did write that wrote it in a way where they wanted him to say the name like James Bond. He was supposed to say, I stand for something. Jake something. But instead, he said, I do stand for something. I stand for Jake something.
Jake
And the whole
something.
point of this stupid pun being part of his name in this context is lost. I know it's stupid and it's not good, but it's still he couldn't deliver it properly. And the whole point of this stupid segment was to get his stupid new name over. So after Jake something throws an elbow at his former partner, he gets beat down by Violent by Design. They essentially use a steel chair to clamp his neck. Then the big guy shows that he's going to spring off the bottom rope and stamp on it. But before he can, Jake's former partner stops him. Actually, wait. If you don't want that to happen, then why the hell did you slide in the chair?
You made a mistake. The biggest of your life, you and Diener. At no surrender. And he ends your sickness for good.
Do I even have to tell you guys who is the weak link in this segment? See, you designed this segment to get this guy over. But he's not going to get over, because he ruined this segment. Do you know why else he's not getting over? Because you called him Jake something. Violent by Design looked good. They looked okay. They looked like they're a serious team. You don't mess with them. They can do some damage. And they're the only thing that saved this whole segment. Another two Soviet stars. Impact. Please. I'm giving you fair chance. Up next, women's match. Kiera Hogan comes out with Tasha Steele. They are the Impact Tag Champions, women's tag champions. She is against Nevaeh, who comes out with Jessica Havoc. They begin match with some absolutely horrific looking forearms, and it makes me actually a little bit sick. So I think what they were trying to do in this match was emphasize the height and weight difference a little bit. A very simple thing to do if you're trying to do a bit of storytelling. But it doesn't work, because Kiera never takes the time to just stay fucking down and sell for a little bit. She keeps coming back with crap strikes to do a more crap move. I don't even know who is face, I don't know who is heel, because both of them are cheating. They had their friend by ringside keep helping them win. And also, what the fuck was this? As if the kick wasn't bad enough, you have to do stupid face like this. This is not face you make when you sell, this is face I make when watching this shit. Fucking hell. These two are so bad, I don't even understand what is original spot they planned and they were trying to go for here. I don't know if you were supposed to miss this kick or if she's supposed to sell it, and if she's supposed to miss it or sell it, why is she then going for roll-up, and then why doesn't she commit to pin in the roll-up? What's happening? It's clear very early on that there is no story being planned here. There is no effort to tell anything. This is just empty, back and forth, just moves, and not even good-looking moves. Really, really badly executed moves. So far, I haven't even been able to summarize what's been happening in this match. Partly because there is no story, and partly because even when they run spot, it goes nowhere. Finally, we get something that resembles something that looks like a bit of heat. When Kira breaks out of this, her first thing that she does is rakes the eyes of Nevaeh and then does crappy tiny little dropkick, which I don't even know why Nevaeh decides to bump. Kira Hogan obviously believes that her dropkick was amazing because she goes for pin straight away. A tiny little girl who hit a dropkick on a mountain of a woman is now thinking she won the match. Now for some reason they're both going to stay down. You haven't done anything to each other to warrant any of this. You're doing this shit after dropkick after pin? What the hell is this? Could you imagine if there was a real crowd here? They would eat this shit alive. Nobody would chant "This is awesome" during this shit. After that, they do the fatigued elbow exchange on their knees. Not only do the elbows look like shit, but they've done nothing to earn building up to this moment, and it's shit. Then one of the commentators says,
"Man, those are heavy forearms."
Don't fucking lie. This is pussy shit. This is bad elbows with bad selling and bad match design. So to continue the exchange, they get to vertical base, they slouch a little bit, and then Nevaeh kicks one of the worst kicks I've ever seen in my life. So after a double down spot and fatigued forearm exchange, she's just walking around smiling. Not tired, not slouching, not out of breath, not selling, nothing. Look how here Kira runs with just her arm out and just stops. What the fuck is this? This is how someone runs when they really need to go toilet, not when they're really angry and want to hit someone. Are you telling me there's actually an attempt at a clothesline here? This woman came out with a belt, and she can't even believably run in for a clothesline. Following that shocking display, Tasha Steele gets on apron to distract referee. Then Jessica Havoc jump in to distract referee too. So to end this match, Tasha Steele runs in with Codebreaker to Nevaeh for the disqualification, and it's over. Oh my god, holy shit, bоже мой, блядь. This was just shockingly bad, so bad. This match was so bad, it made Kimberly and ODB look like 6-star match. All 4 of these ladies looked like shit. They turned in one of the worst performances I've seen in a long time. And if you fucking dare call me sexist, I know what good women's wrestling looks like, and it doesn't look like this. The fact that they are women is irrelevant. This match was a pile of shit. You can't expect me to be like, oh, they were crap, but you know what, they're women, so I give them 2 thumbs up. No. There's women on this show who can wrestle really, really good, but you know what? They're stuck doing interference spot for a match that doesn't really matter. If you want good women's wrestling, then go watch Asuka versus Meiko Satomura, or go watch Charlotte versus Rhea Ripley again, or you know what? Watch anything from Stardom, but don't come here to Impact and watch this shit. This was such an insult to places where women's wrestling is actually held at a very high standard, and I don't even know who to be more angry with, the wrestlers for doing such a terrible thing, or the actual company for letting it go out in its state. You didn't have to put this on the show, it would have been fine without it. Both of these women should be ashamed of themselves. Half a Soviet star, just for, I don't know, putting on gear and showing up, I guess. Okay, I've taken some time, I've calmed down a little bit, I've chilled. And I've decided that if the next segment sucks, then I'm going to go away and do something else with my life. I'm turning this shit off. Next up, Triple XL, aka 2 very heavy guys, begin promo in ring. Joined by Tennille Dashwood, aka Emma from WWE. Tennille Dashwood makes fun of Decay, saying that that's what you get on your teeth. So funny. But what starts as a waste of time actually turns into something cool when Decay decide to make entrance. I am a big fan of the Decay. I like Rosemary, I like the gimmick, I like the imagery that goes with it, and for the first time during this entire show, I'm going to give you some praise, Impact. This is what you did good. I salute you and I drink to you, production team, because this entire entrance sequence is fucking beautiful. Everything here looks fucking phenomenal. The lighting, the smoke, the silhouetted figures, the music, the movement of the cameras is just so fucking cool. Everything about this is designed to get across their gimmick and it works so well. And of course all of that would be wasted if these performers were not good, but I love how they carry themselves.
With a K!
Rosemary basically takes microphone and says, "You want to go? Well, I have new demon. I'm Rosemary, I have them on speed dial. You want me to summon some shit? Okay."
Welcome to the Hive, Black Taurus!
So to fill the space of the large powerhouse member of Decay, they have new addition. And yes, that is Black Taurus from AAA. And once again, the way that this is shot and presented to us is just fantastic. I really approve. This is just some fucking cool imagery. And so begins a match. Black Taurus representing the Decay versus Tennille Dashwood's manager. Black Taurus sells nothing and hits an amazing Samoan drop. He meets his cheating attempts with a discus lariat and then hits him with one of the coolest spinning jackhammer moves I've ever seen in my fucking life. He pins him for 1, 2, 3 and it's over. Wow. So Impact, you confuse me so much. You make me wait 59 minutes for this appearance, and when it happens, it's one of the coolest fucking things I've seen on this show. This was so simple but so effective. Black Taurus looks fantastic. He come out, he squash guy. He no sell, he hit 3 moves, he looked great, and that was it. I don't understand how this is the segment which followed that piece of shit women's match with Kira Hogan. This was fucking flawless. I wouldn't change anything about this. This was really good. And this just goes to show that you don't have to do a lot to look really powerful. The less you do, the more powerful you look. This guy hit 3 moves. Could you imagine he got in there like Luchasaurus, slapping legs, Canadian destroyers, a million moves? No, fuck that shit. This guy did great. 4 Soviet fucking stars. I wouldn't change a single thing about this segment. It's great. This is a go-home show for a pay-per-view, and so far it's been full of absolute shit until these guys come out and I see this squash. I didn't even know I wanted to see a squash, but you know what? Nothing else so far on this card, on this go-home show for a pay-per-view, has actually made me want to buy the pay-per-view. Great imagery. Brilliant segment. Good squash. And it's 100% the best thing on this show so far. And because this was a good segment, I guess I'm going to carry on watching this show. But I don't think anything is going to top it. Okay, just a quick one, a really quick one, because next is the main event! First guy out, Cowboy James Storm, Tag Team Specialist. His partner, Chris Sabin, X Division and Tag Division Specialist. They are against Luke Gallows, Machine Gun Carl Anderson, and they are the Good Brothers in this company. All 4 of these guys are solid, and this has potential to be good. Let's see what they got. So to kick off, we have Sabin run spot with Carl Anderson, and instead of doing drop down leap drop kick, they finish with lovely arm drag. And from here, the babyface team begin to work on the arm of Carl Anderson. They tag in and out, they do some nice creative stuff with the arm. They keep putting him in wrist locks, they keep giving him arm ringers, and they do some okay double team spots. Luke Gallows decides to run in to help his partner, but he finds himself outside the ring. baby faces show to hard cam and we go to commercial. Coming back from commercial, James Storm does this cool thing where behind the referee's back he stamps on Carl Anderson's hand. Carl Anderson rakes the eyes of Chris Sabin as he pushes him to his own corner and then tags in his partner Luke. You know what I've realized? The Good Brothers look amazing even when they're doing nothing. Just when they're giving strikes, holding rest holds, they look fucking great and they're very entertaining to watch. They continue to consistently tag in and out, and as they do so, they believably beat 2 piles of shit out of Chris Sabin. They just work really good heat doing nothing, doing elbows and holds. For some reason, Matt Hardy decides to come out with his 2 new friends from Private Party, and it allows Chris Sabin to make tag to James Storm, who runs wild on Carl Anderson. He does atomic drop, followed by a neck breaker, and then he reverses being thrown out of ring by Skinning Cat. He then for some reason ducks line, hits rope, and does a tilt-a-whirl head Caesar to show Suicide how it's done. Chris Sabin hits Inzaguri, and then James Storm hits a backstabber. Chris Sabin goes for pin, and... Да куда ты полез, сука? Да пошел ты нахуй, куда ты полез? Зачем это? Что ты там вообще забыл, сука? Куда полез? Зачем это вообще сейчас было? Are you kidding?
На белом свете, там, где всегда мороз, трутся спиной медведи, а земную ось. Мимо плывут столетия, спят подо льдом моря, трутся обоз медведи, вертится земля. Ла-ла-ла-ла-ла-ла, вертится быстрее земля.
I am still here, by the way. I wouldn't finish it like that, as much as I want to. You know, I was really enjoying that match. It was last match on the entire show, and I was really looking forward to enjoying it. You know, before seeing that, I would have said that this show has made me feel a wide range of emotions, but now they're almost all negative. All I can do now is hate my life and pull myself together to cover this last fucking segment for you. Good Brothers versus Sabin and James Storm. Who wants to see that? It's only 4 wrestlers doing good wrestling on a wrestling show. We can't possibly have that. Give them what they want. Give them Tommy Dreamer and main event to contract signing.
Tommy fucking Dreamer.
Let's talk about this man.
God bless the guy.
No. Fuck him.
Listen, everyone. Listen. I say God bless the guy because something's got to be wrong with him.
Yes, that I agree with.
Cannot be like a... He is a man I feel to be pitied, perhaps.
Impact. Are you okay? Are you feeling okay? Are you sick? Do you want to go lie down? Do you have a headache? Tommy fucking Dreamer was old 10 years ago. You have a roster full of good people and you're putting this piece of shit in the main event.
It's no surrender, and we have a World's Championship match. But that Saturday is also Tommy Dreamer's 50th birthday.
I know it's his 50th birthday. Do you know why I know that? It's because the entire fucking show in between the matches, instead of doing good promos, you kept putting these stupid fucking people talking to the camera
Happy
about,
50th
oh, I
birthday.
love Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer is such a nice guy. Happy birthday, Tommy Dreamer. Even the heels are
Happy
saying, oh,
birthday.
happy birthday, Tommy. We're all friends backstage. We all take selfies. He helped me out so much when I was starting out in this business. Your job is to make me forget that you're all fucking friends backstage, you dumb fucks. Can you just write to each other on fucking Facebook or some shit? Why do you have to do this on the fucking show? Do you know why this pisses me off? It's because, you know what, it's very easy to be like, oh, actually, you know it's all fake, right? That's the easy thing to do. Make me forget that it's fake, you piece of shit. Oh, happy birthday, Tommy. Happy birthday, Tommy. Can you just fucking do something? This is not what I came to this show for. So Rich Swann gets given the contract. He looks at it for a minute, they put some fake crowd noises, and then he signs it.
I have to thank you, and I have to thank you. Because there is a bunch of men and women in the back that are way more deserving than I am.
I agree, Tommy. I agree. So now that's out of the way. Way to build yourself up for this main event, by the way. Really makes me want to order it now, knowing that you're literally a piece of shit compared to everyone else.
The first time I ever won my first ever world title, I defeated someone who I was his best man in his wedding.
Tommy, I don't want to think about how you're all fucking friends backstage. What did I just say?
When I won my second world title, I wrestled another one of my best friends, Christian, and I defeated him.
You don't get it, Tommy. You still don't get it. All this time in this fucking industry and you still don't get it. You know who else is 50 years old? Chris Jericho. And he's never done anything like this. Could you imagine he come out and he say, hey, I'm calling you out. It's okay, we're all friends backstage anyway. It's just for fun. Fuck you, you don't get it. Chris Jericho gets it, you don't get it. A million other people before you deserve this spot, but you're the one sitting there, and you dare cut this bullshit promo to the people!
I know you got a bad leg, and I'm not gonna hold back, and I'm gonna come for it.
Thank you, Tommy! Is there anything else you want to tell him? Maybe that you have a fucking hemorrhoid that day, and maybe he shouldn't beat your ass? Why would you tell him your game plan? That's just fucking stupid!
Here comes a man that has a rightful claim to the title.
Thank you. Thank you. Come and save this segment, please, Moose.
Fact that this match is taking place pisses me off.
Thank you, Moose. Thank you. A man of the people. A true voice of the people. Nobody wants to see Tommy Dreamer in main event at age 50. It was old 10 years ago. Let's fucking move on.
You're taking a night off because you're wrestling a man who just turned 50.
Everything he's saying is true. Rich Swann needs a proper opponent to look like a proper champion.
You stick your nose in, I'll suspend you forever.
If you dare suspend Moose, I'll come to your house and kill your whole fucking family. He's been the best thing about this whole segment so far. So Moose and Rich Swann get in each other's faces, and this is the match we should have had. But Tommy fucking Dreamer decides that he wants to interrupt that.
Enough! Shut the hell up, the both of you!
And then he goes to read a fucking text. I'm not even making this up!
July 18th, 2020. A text message from Moose.
I don't fucking care, Tommy! You ended a perfectly good fucking match so you could give us this fucking segment! And for what? So that Tommy Dreamer could read a fucking text?
Damn! I finally understood what you were talking about.
Go home, Tommy! Go home to your family and never come back here again! You've proved from this segment that you have nothing to offer the world of wrestling. All you do is take a spot of a young person who deserves it more.
And just like Will Smith needed Tommy Lee Jones, you needed me to light a fire under your ass. And I've been damn proud of the work you've been doing. But yet you still don't get it.
What the fuck are you even talking about anymore, Tommy? What's with the stupid references to pop culture? Why are you taking credit for the accomplishments of Moose and you're the one who doesn't get it?
We are all united for our love and our passion of professional wrestling. And there is no hate. There is no badness.
Oh, again with this. Oh yeah, we're all really nice guys backstage who all love each other. Fuck you! There is badness. I'm watching it right now and I hate you.
I don't wrestle for money anymore.
Well, that's good because this event won't be making any. And you never wrestle for money. You're from ECW.
I wrestle to entertain people.
Tell me exactly who is entertained by this shit.
I will continue to use my platform for good.
When's the last time you did anything that was good?
Rich, I love you, and I want to wrestle, and I want to win that. And I want to spread good throughout this world.
So basically what you're saying is we're actually friends who all love each other. So you know what? Let's just have fun and have a good time. No! I want to see a proper feud with proper people who look like they don't like each other.
It's gonna be an honor to tear it up with you. I accept.
What do you accept? You are the challenger! You do the issuing, and Rich Swann does the accepting, you dumb fuck!
Ink has been put to paper.
That's it! That's it! You're just going to finish the segment? Nobody goes through table? Why is Moose leaving? Come back, Moose! What is this shit? Fuck the show! It wasn't about anything! It didn't get anybody over and nothing happened! Fuck this show. Nobody will be ordering the pay-per-view. Что за хрень, блядь? Impact, you have failed. There was one good segment on this show. One! And the only match that looked good, you fucking finished early with another disqualification spot. This show gets one Soviet star and it's pissed me off. I find it very funny that your pay-per-view name is called No Surrender because it looks like you've given up already.
Hello everybody, this is Igor. Thank you very much for making it to the end of this video. Thank you for watching it in the first place. Maybe if you like it, you give it a thumbs up, you give it a like, you maybe subscribe if you enjoyed the content. I'll be coming out with some more content. But before I do, I wanted to apologize for this one because the content in this video is not so fresh. This show is from a couple weeks ago. The pay-per-view already happened. But I had to cover this. I just had too much to say and I felt like I needed to get it out of my system. And it took me a long time just to get everything together for it. And even when I was trying to work, there was a lot of technical difficulties which I wasn't quite, prepared for. And I'm going to better myself and make a better video next time. For now, thank you for watching Russian Leg Sweep. This has been episode 1, I guess, and I've covered Impact from the 9th of February of 2021. And I want to know actually, do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Leave some comments, tell me to go to hell if you are a biggest fan of Kiera Hogan. This probably wasn't the best introduction to Igor. But you know what? I'm going to call it like I see it. I don't take anything back. So feel free to leave me hate mail. Feel free to leave comments. Feel free to subscribe and all the good stuff. I will actually be putting a email address where you can, send me things. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching and take care of yourselves.
Вслед за весенним ливнем раньше придет рассвет, и для двоих счастливых много-много лет будут сверкать зорницы, будут ручьи звенеть, будет туман клубиться, белый как медведь. Там, где всегда мороз, трутся спиной медведи, а земную ось мимо плывут столетия, спят подо льдом моря, трутся обоз медведи, вертит